Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the last 4 episodes of Last of Us leading up to the finale. Let's get into it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Till the End of the Line podcast. I'm your boy Juan G, here with, as always,
Geeka T.
That's right, and we're here, as he said, to talk about The Last of Us. These last 4 episodes are just the episodes to watch, man. Like, they've been so good, and I feel like they've been escalating. Don't you feel?
Absolutely.
Like it's climbing each episode. They're staying on par with being really close to the game. Which is a fine, a few tweaks here and there for the story of the HBO series. But as far as like keeping close to the game, I'm loving every second of it. It's really, this is the closest like adaptation from game to live action that I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what everyone keeps saying.
Yeah, they're keeping it so close to the vest with it, and I love that. And I like that they're still adding characters from the game to the show.
Yeah.
As far as like the voice actors from the game, they're giving them roles in the show, which I love, kind of keeping it in the family in a way. So yeah, I mean, these episodes have just been really good. We have the season finale coming up next. You need to watch that. It is gonna be bonkers.
I don't want it to end.
I know, right? It's so good, but we do know that we have a season 2 coming.
Yeah.
So that's good. And one thing that I did read is that the great thing about the series, the HBO series, is that there's so much room to grow from the story.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we have the first story is set. Then we have Last of Us 2, which I would imagine would be season 2. Mm-hmm. But from then, we don't have a game. So from them, it could really just be the sole story of the HBO series.
That's dope.
And it can go any way that they wanted to.
You think it's strong enough to carry on multiple
Hands
seasons?
down,
That's
absolutely. So what I like also, too, is that the creator of the game is the head writer on the show. So we got that, and then we could also.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he could also tell stories that weren't included in the game or that he wanted to put in the game but couldn't.
Yeah.
Just because there's only so much that you can put in a video game.
Yeah.
Because it really is more gameplay based. It's more like what can the character do?
Well, I think that's where the success of this series comes from. Is sometimes when people remake movies out from a game, it's not always the original creators.
Resident Evil and stuff like that.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Like it's not the original writers or the original creators of the video game actually creating the.
Very true. Yeah, it's almost never that case.
Yeah,
they just take the story and make it a movie.
They make it their adaptation of it.
Exactly.
So I guess we were spoiled in this case of having that.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I'm not complaining at all.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's been great so far. So let's dive right in. Let's get into. We're gonna start with episode 5, right?
Yeah, episode 5.
Let us know what is the.
So endure and survive. While attempting to evade rebels, Joel and Ellie cross paths with the most wanted man in Kansas City, and then Kathleen continues her hunt. Mm-hmm. So we run into the brothers. The names are. What's the little guy in the...
Oh, man. I'm already like...
Horrible with the names.
Where the little boy's deaf.
Yeah.
And these were characters in the video game as well. Now, what I liked about this episode is they introduced characters that are for the show specifically.
Sam and Henry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Sam and Henry are the brothers that they come across. And Sam is the one that's most wanted, correct?
No, Henry.
Henry's older brother.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Older brother,
So Henry's the one that's most wanted because he turned in her brother, and she's on a manhunt from him. That is solely the show. That's not the game. Yeah. The game part
is the reason why he turned. We find out later why he turns him in because he in return got medicine
for his brother. His brother needed.
Yeah.
Correct. Which I would have done in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So, So that whole group of Kathleen and everybody was solely for the show.
Yeah.
Which I like from then on is where they started to build storylines that are just for the show.
Yeah.
Which I
think that'll tie into, like you said, the future of the series for season 3 and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we meet them and then, Henry and Sam wind up joining up with Joel and Ellie. And then we see them trying to get out of the city. And then we finally get that scene with the big
the bloater.
The bloater. Dude, that was awesome, man. Just seeing them all come out of the ground like that.
Yeah.
Just going crazy.
Rip his freaking head straight off his body.
Clean off.
Just nuts, bro. And that one little kid, the child clicker that was like
oh yeah, she was a gymnast. Yeah. So that was all the little girl. It wasn't CGI or anything. Creepy as hell.
Hell yeah.
Love every second of it. And I love that she was the one that killed the Kathleen.
Yeah.
Because Kathleen was like, she's just a child, or like, he's just a child, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that was the best way for Kathleen to die. I was so happy with that one. I
think it was only fair because she was willing to kill the little kid too. You know what I mean? To kill Henry. Or not Henry, I'm sorry, Sam. How about the bite and like her, like him and Ellie, just like him consoling into Ellie, saying, "Am I gonna be okay?" And
yeah, the ending part that was so
the blood
sad.
and just pretending like it was gonna help. Do you think she knew it wasn't?
No, I think she really tried. I think that was genuinely her. Because if you see afterwards, she's like, I gave him my blood, but it didn't work.
Oh.
So she was really hoping that, my blood will help cure it or whatever. Because they think right now that it's her blood that does it.
Yeah.
Which we've clearly found out that it's not. It's something else. I know what it is. I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
So it's because that's a key piece of info as to the last episode, like what happens in it. So I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody. So then she puts some of his blood on some of her blood on the bite. Doesn't work. Wakes up the next morning. He's turned.
Yeah.
He then tries attacking her, as they all do, and then the brother winds up having to kill his own little brother to save them, and then turns and kills himself because of what happened.
Yeah.
So that was a tough episode, man. It was very emotional, but it was a great episode nonetheless. I thought it was really good. And then let's get into episode 6.
Yeah. So episode 6 is Kin, where he runs. Joel and Ellie descend deeper into the dangerous territories in search for the Fireflies, and then they run into Tommy.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Kin being able to see your brother for the longest, found out why he hasn't talked to him because Tommy wants a family, and
there's also no communication allowed in or out of the compound.
Right.
So they have this old little town, kind of like Western vibes ish. Yeah. They built a town, totally sustainable. There's no one leader; it's a council.
Yeah, communist.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But it works. I mean, everybody's got their own house. They are able to have movie night and stuff like that.
It's funny because Tommy's like, no, not like that. And then his wife's like, no, like that's exactly.
Well, yeah. She's like, oh yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, so I mean, so they got a nice little community built for themselves, and then Joel breaks it down to Tommy, tells her what's the deal, what's up with Ellie.
Well, first they get into an argument. He kind of calls him like a bullshit. He's like, "Oh, you're a bullshit dad." Basically.
Language.
He's like, "What the fuck is that supposed to be?"
Yeah.
Which was tough. You know? And I think it's just having lost his, what's his daughter's name?
Joel's real daughter. Sarah.
Yeah, having lost her and just not, and then lost what's the girlfriend's name that died?
Teresa.
Teresa. Yeah. Or Tess.
Tess. Yeah. Tess. Yeah.
Yeah. Having lost Tess and then seeing just multiple characters that he's just could have been there for and saved.
All his failures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can just see it eating at him through these episodes. Mm-hmm. And then him choosing to leave her to tell his brother.
Well, yeah, that's the breakdown. So he's talking to his brother. He tells her why Ellie needs to get where they're going, and he tells him straight up, like, listen, she has a better chance with you. I need you to do me this last favor. I will never ask you for anything again. Take her, because with me, I'm only going to put her in danger.
Right.
So then you get to that emotional, really powerful scene with him and Ellie, where she's like, everybody I've ever loved or trusted has left me. She goes, except you. And that gets into Joel's head, and then the next morning you see Ellie just waiting to leave, and then Tommy comes, picks her up. They get to the stable. Joel's there.
Yeah.
Joel decides, he goes, you know what? That wasn't fair of me to say that. to put you in that predicament, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's your decision. Right there, she just throws the bag. Let's go. Like she's already said, like you're the one I want to be with. So all right. So then they get going.
How about the scene where, he has this reoccurring like chest pain.
It's a straight up panic attack. Is all it is.
Oh, it's just panic attack.
Because we see the scene where he sees a girl that looks exactly like his daughter. Same hair
with kids now.
He kind of gets a glimpse as to what could have been.
Right.
So every time he gets that, like, he feels a pain in his chest. It feels like it's his heart and he can't breathe, and that's a full-on panic attack or anxiety attack. Vice versa.
So it's not heart problem.
It is not. It's not a physical health issue.
Okay, good.
It's not. It's just solely in his head. He's just having a full-on panic attack.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So then they get to the university where they think the Fireflies are. Is that the next episode? That is the next episode.
That is the next episode.
Let's dive right in.
So jumping right into episode 7. No, I lied. It is that episode. It is the same episode. It all happens.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because then Left Behind.
Okay. So they get to the university where they think the Fireflies are empty. They go into this room where there's just monkeys raiding through the whole place.
Yeah.
Then they see a group of guys show up.
Mm-hmm. From the window inside.
So then they go outside. They get to their horse.
Try to take off.
Try to take off, and then the guys meet up with them. Joel winds up getting stabbed in his in his abdomen.
Yeah.
So then they get on the horse. They're gone. And then as they're just slowly walking, Joel just passes out, falls off the horse, and Ellie's there. Really emotional scene where she's like, "I can't do this without you. You know, wake up." That's the end of that episode. Then let's get into episode 7.
Yeah, it's a flashback. That's not what's happening.
Yeah, this episode's a full-on flashback. So it starts with Ellie at Joel trying to, clean his wound, take care of him. Mm-hmm. And then he pulls her close. He's like, "You need to leave. Just leave me. Go." He's like, "Just go." So then she goes to go grab the doorknob to leave. And then that's when we get into a flashback of her and what's the girl's name? It's her old best friend.
Yeah.
Who she has is her first love, and she has a full on crush on. And this is in the game. This is actually this scene I was really hoping that they did, and I'm so happy that they did. But it's a
Riley, is her name?
Riley, yes, her and Riley. So this scene was actually The Last of Us Remastered, had this whole part of the game in it that wasn't part of the original game. So it was an added mission.
Okay.
So in this, Riley goes and takes Ellie to a mall that she set up for them to just have a cool day hanging out. She takes her to like a video game store, and then they're sitting there playing video games for a while. She just takes her along the mall, just showing her different cool things there.
Yeah, and I think that was always what it was supposed to be. It was her trying to impress her, her trying to express to her that she feels the same way, and I think they're just, two young ladies trying to come to conclusion with their sexuality, and being in a world of chaos, like complete total chaos, and where that's just like something that usually would probably go on the back burner, honestly. Love is hard to find in an apocalyptic world that you're living in now.
Just any,
you know what I mean? So yeah, I think she was doing all of that definitely to show how much she meant to her.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And then to convince her to join the Fireflies with her.
Yeah. So she is a Firefly, and turns out that the mall was her station.
Yeah,
like where she was supposed to be. She was building bombs.
Yeah, the makeshift bombs that she was making. Yeah.
So she tells her, I gotta leave tomorrow. So I just want to give you one last good day. And then Ellie's like pleading with her, like, just don't go. And then she's like, all right. She goes, well, we're gonna have to figure something out. She's like, we'll figure it out. And then she takes her to this Halloween shop, and they're putting on masks and dancing around, having a good time. Which is I
thought that glass was gonna break.
That they were standing on?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Countertop, like, ugh. They're going to fall through, get cut, and then something infected like that's going to happen. Yeah. And then no, the whole little, the kiss scene happens.
So then, they express their love for each other, and, things are looking up. And then, classic Last of Us fashion, they're like, let's stop your love and fun there. it's time for a clicker. So one of the infected comes in. They're fighting it off. Ellie stabs it in the head, kills it, but not before Riley gets bit on the hand. And then you see Ellie's bite that we know she has on her forearm. You see it happen.
Yeah.
Okay. At this moment, she doesn't know she's immune.
Yeah, true.
Riley's dead. They have a tough decision to make. But Riley says, we're not going to take the easy way out. We're not killing ourselves. We're going to enjoy this time, this however limited it is. We're going to enjoy this time together. So that's what happens from there. Of course, we know Ellie is immune to it, so she survives it. Riley does not.
Yeah.
So
but
that's the end of the story.
Does that play out in
exactly the way they had it in the game was exactly how they played it out on the show. The only thing is Riley, I think, was bit here in the game and then in the game and then in the show they put it here. That was the only difference.
Yeah.
But the way it happened is the exact same.
So do we ever see Riley turn?
I don't know. No. Not to my knowledge. I don't remember it ever showing it. I don't think they wanted to.
You said you didn't finish
part 2. Yeah.
So do you think in part 2 possibly what you didn't finish, Ellie will talk about maybe she did?
It's possible. I mean, yeah, it's absolutely possible. I think they kind of closed that chapter. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's about it.
But it's a character development thing. Like, it could be just guilt that she's been carrying all these years, you know?
For sure. I mean, she already said it. She goes, I've had to kill somebody. Maybe it was Riley once. She let her turn and then killed her.
Maybe that's why she's so attached to that knife. Because in the hallway scene where she pulls it out, and she keeps flicking it and playing with it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's attached to it, because she had to end Riley's life when she changed.
It's possible, yeah.
So
we skipped over a few things, so let's pause The Last of Us talk. Gotta hit you with the question of the day.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
So let's do that. Let's pause it. Sorry guys, keep forgetting about it because it's brand new. So it's a brand new segment. So we're gonna get our stuff together and get this at the proper space. So all right, question of the day is: what is your favorite comedy movie of all time? Comedy movie, yes. So Funny Times.
I'm a big rom-com guy.
Okay.
So it would probably be a rom-com.
All right. So let's just call it your go-to rom-com movie because that's going to be your favorite.
Because I love a bunch of comedy movies.
Right.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones.
Step Brother. Most of the Will Ferrell stuff. Yeah. Of the other guys. There's a lot of good stuff.
But it's probably my favorite. Mm-hmm. Something I can watch over and over. I have to say The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and
really,
and Ryan
I
Reynolds.
enjoyed it. I wouldn't call it my favorite, but I enjoyed it.
I love that movie.
It's a really good one. The to the window, to the wall, where she's chanting with her grandma. That's hilarious.
She's like, I was chanting your granny. Balls. That's what came to me like that. You're chanting balls.
That's a great scene. Yeah. So it's definitely one of the best. Ryan Reynolds comedies, especially rom-coms.
Yeah, or when he's singing "It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right."
Yeah, when they're trying to go to sleep.
Then he's like, give me some aneurysm.
That's a good one. Yeah, so I mean, that's a solid movie. I'm not mad at it. I agree. I like that movie a lot too.
Why are you wet?
Yeah.
Why are you naked?
Yeah. That's a good movie. It's got a lot of good scenes in it. A lot of good funny comedy scenes.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I get it. It's a great movie.
Love story. Yeah, rom-com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock, I think, is a lot of people underestimate how funny she actually is.
Yeah,
because they don't see her as as a comedy actress.
Right.
But she does really good in comedy, man. Like
she's pretty funny.
She was actually one of the executive producers on George Lopez's first show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So she helped him get his stuff going. My favorite comedy of all time, as you already mentioned it, is Happy Gilmore. Mm-hmm. Timeless movie, holds up as well today as it did before. So many good funny scenes in that. Yeah. My favorite Adam Sandler movie by far. That is my favorite comedy.
I don't know what my favorite Adam Sandler movie is. There's so many good ones.
So many. That one, Billy Madison, and
Big Daddy.
And probably Big Daddy on my top 3. And then I like Waterboy's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so many good stuff. He
and
did.
then some of his
Longest
new
Yard
stuff,
was good.
Longest Yard's a good one. Yeah, he has some really good ones that were Netflix originals too.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of those.
Yes, yeah, a lot of them.
Really good. Mr. Deeds is honestly one of my favorites.
Mr. Deeds is awesome.
That's
That is a really good movie.
He stabs his foot. He's like, "Oh, why would you do that?" No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I can't feel anything. Yeah, that was a really good movie. And yeah, those are some of the films that that are not his films originally, and that he redoes. And I think he does a great job doing it. He doesn't take away from the original. He just adds his own little spin on it. So yeah. So that was our question of the day. Let us know what your guys' favorite comedy movie is of all time.
Yeah.
Let's just hear what you guys think.
Well, before we get into episode 8, just a little shout out. I got to see Creed.
Oh yes,
3. Man, such a great movie.
Really nice.
Yeah, for the anime nerds out there, those that like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, like all of that. There's some tribute paid to the fight scenes in there, to all those animes. Michael B. Jordan is a huge anime nerd.
Well, the storyline of Creed 3 he pulled from anime, right?
Yeah, how he built it,
the brother battling and like stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's also very similar to Rocky 3.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's where Apollo Creed's in the ring helping bringing Rocky out of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
So like it's just kind of the same situation. Drago kind of plays that like the son of Drago. He plays like that role of like trying to help Creed get back to shape.
The one that he fought in the first one, correct?
The second one.
And the second. Oh
yeah.
That was the first one.
No, the first one he fought the Irish dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the second one is when he fought Drago.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was the first one he fought the big time black guy. No, that was Rocky. Never mind. That was Balboa, I think. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. T?
No, not Mr. T. It was just that young black dude that remember he like busted his hand in the fight. He busted his hand and then he's just waiting for it to go numb so he can.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I think it was Balboa. Yeah. But anyway.
But yeah, no, the movie was great.
Okay.
It was just
I definitely got to see that.
he pulls right. It's Ryan Coogler does a really good job of writing a script and making the villain. You relate to a villain. How he did it with Killmonger, with Namor, and one of the fight scenes, like it pays homage to Black Panther a little bit.
Oh.
When you see it, I don't want to put too much spoilers out there because he hasn't seen it either. But yeah, it's such a great movie.
So he pulls from a lot of different things. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome.
It's a great date night movie, truthfully.
Cool.
Sandy's like, I don't want to go see another boxing movie. I'm like, come on, babe, let's go see it.
Yeah.
And then she was rooting. She's like, yeah, go. I'm like,
nice. Okay.
But no, it was a good time, a good little date night. And definitely recommend you guys. Yeah, it's definitely a must watch.
Nice.
Must watch. Don't wait for it to come out on Blu-ray and DVD. Like, just go see the movie. It's a great movie.
Do you know what time it is? It's new Funko Pop time. That's right.
I was like,
why do you know the time?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. So I got a new batch in. Excited about this one. So let's just start it off here. We have Doctor Strange in the new No Way Home. This is when he's doing the spell to make everyone forget who Peter Parker is. So we got him right there. Put him right there. Then we got Civil War Hawkeye. That's right. So I am getting the Civil War sets. Amazon. This is an Amazon exclusive. Each character will be able to connect with each other, and it's gonna have like a Cap side and an Iron Man side of the airport scene, where they go to fight each other. So that's what that is. I've got him, and then I've got Vision up there, right there
for Civil War.
For Civil War, correct.
And that Vision will click, or it's a different one.
It's gonna click in with this set.
Okay.
So yeah, there's gonna be a whole thing. Nice. Once I get it together, I'll show you guys. And had to get Yelena from the Hawkeye show,
who was confirmed that will be in King Dynasty and Secret Wars.
Yes,
so,
that's awesome.
For sure, be in there. And he killed Yelena.
Boom. Oh no! And then switching over to Star Wars.
Oh,
Luke holding Grogu. Look at that. That's awesome stuff right there. Put him right here. Got Luke there. Then we had to do it. Got my Ray in here.
Oh, yeah, Ray?
Ray
Nice.
from Jakku. So hopefully you guys can see that. So I got her in the mix. And then...
Let's just stack these back.
Yeah. There you go. And then this final purchase
this
was an accident. Did not mean to get this specific one.
It was a good oopsie.
It was a good oopsie. I just thought I was buying another, regular Funko Pop. Turns out I did not. Let's see here.
So he says. I think this is what he says to not get in trouble.
I promise it's a total accident.
Jesus
we got
Christ.
The Mandalorian, the giant one.
Jesus Christ.
This thing, look how monstrous this thing is.
Yeah, and I love the shine to his armor.
Yeah, dude, it's the Beskar one. Yeah,
it's dope.
So I had to do it, guys. There it is. Total accident. Did not mean to buy that gigantic of a Funko Pop, but I'm happy I have it. It's
that's fun.
He's definitely worth it. Yeah. So, but that is one that I totally didn't pay attention that it said 10-inch Funko Pop. So yeah. So that's the new batch, guys.
Nice.
I love it. And then I have one more coming tomorrow that I'll do a little reel on once it comes in. Going to be my favorite Funko Pop that I own to date.
Nice.
So yeah, that was new Funko Pop time, guys. Let us know what you guys think. Hey, if you guys get your own Funko Pops, I want to see which ones you guys
get. Share some ones. Or tell us about some deals. If you guys know any deals on some.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, someone's trying to sell them that don't want them. Let us know.
For sure.
This is probably like the second or third to last time we'll be in this room in the Avengers compound, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every time a new Avenger comes into the scene or is premiered, we have to move.
Yeah,
that's what it is. We are getting bumped back up to the first floor, so that's pretty cool. Feige gave us the memo already.
We'll have a window with actual sunlight.
Yes.
You won't be in this little closet.
Yeah. He's like, Stinger's coming in, so I'm going to move you guys over time. We're like, hey, as long as we're still in the compound, we're happy. So, yeah. So, all right. So, that was our little segments that we have for you guys. Let's get right back into...
Yeah.
So, this is episode 8.
That just came out a couple days ago.
Such a phenomenal episode.
Yeah. Crazy.
I will say that the last episode was my favorite episode so far.
I agree.
Episode 7, the one with the flashback, is my favorite so far.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about episode 8.
No, the one with the mall is my favorite episode so far.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
The episode 8 is right behind it. Phenomenal. I told you, these last 3 episodes are what I was looking forward to, and now you can see why.
Yeah. This one is my favorite. Number 8 is my favorite.
Is it? Okay. What's
just, you got to see... I don't know. You just got to see Ellie just become a savage and out of pure necessity.
So this is the first episode where you can really see what Ellie's capable of on her own, and I like that they really keyed in on that and they really showed it to that's because
it's all leading up to season 2.
Yes, yeah.
Lead the series on her own.
Yeah. So this episode really just showed it. She goes out to try to get food for herself and Joel.
Yeah.
Winds up hitting a deer. And then when she goes to collect, 2 guys are on it. And she kind of barters her way to get medicine for Joel.
Yeah. Well, she threatens, really.
Yeah, true. So
it's a full-on threat.
Yeah, full-on threat. So then while she's waiting, the guy comes back with the medicine, but there's kind of a standoff there. So she breaks away, gives Joel the medicine. But the other guys wind up tracking her and going back to kill Joel because they think Joel is the reason for a death in their group.
Yeah, which is.
Right. So they get back to Joel. Ellie hands Joel a knife. He's still kind of out of it, laying there. She's like, if anybody comes in, you need to kill them. So Ellie leaves to try to pull them away from Joel. One of the guy finds the house that Joel's in. Goes down, Joel in Joel fashion kills him.
Yeah.
Gets 2 other guys of their group that were searching for him, interrogates them, kills them too.
Yeah.
So he finds out where their little area is. He goes over there, and the whole time this episode we're waiting for Joel to come in and save Ellie.
Yeah.
Does not happen.
No.
They wrote that specifically that way for
because in the game, when he comes and saves her or gets her. He stops her from killing. He's the one that kills the guy in the game.
No.
From what I was in. No.
Because there's a shot for shot. He finds Ellie right after she's killed him.
inside.
That's why she's all bloody and everything on her face. So that actually did happen the same way the game did.
But instead it was inside, and he found her outside in the show.
Right, exactly. Okay. So yeah. So that's the only difference. But yeah, I really like that it showed it. So that final scene where Ellie kills him, that is actually a boss battle in the game.
Yeah.
It drags on for a little longer in the game, but that is it.
Well, in the game, from what New Rockstars actually had covered it, they said that in the game, you can tell that they were cannibals because in the room when she was in the cage, in the cell, they were butchering somebody already. Mm-hmm. And then in this case, they only seen she's seen the ear on the floor. Mm-hmm. They don't actually show anyone being butchered. Mm-hmm. But they do show the bodies hanging, right out. Mm-hmm. That part was fucking gross.
Yeah, it was.
And then the horse, now that they had moved over there. Mm-hmm. And then Joel, what else? There's a couple small things that they changed. When she first originally stopped James and David, she had a bow and arrow in the video game, but in this time he had the rifle.
Who was actually the voice of
Troy Baker?
Yeah, he was actually the voice of Joel in the game, which is awesome.
And he played James in the
played
series.
James in the episode, which is so cool. He even says, he goes, I thought if I were to come back, I'd be like a clicker or something, which is really cool that they cast him. Like I said, that's what I'm really enjoying about the show is that they're taking old actors.
OGs,
yeah, man, they're bringing them in, giving them key roles, like having them still involved. Like that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like that's the coolest way to do that.
It's like the Adam Sandler effect when he takes all his buddies down.
Right? Yeah. We bring that up all the time. Yeah, like I love that. I think that's the coolest thing to do when you're taking something that was done by someone else, still including them in it. Yeah. I think it just makes the project better for that reason. So he's in there. But yeah, that whole final scene, and then when Ellie's she finally takes him down, and it's just full raging on the dude, just chopping him, like the way that just showed
scary.
That just shows the savageness of Ellie. There was also this line, in the show that was only for the show. I think that they wanted to put it in the game, but they didn't. Was your heart is violent, just like mine.
Oh yeah, he doesn't say that.
He does not say that in the game, but that was in the show. And then that scene of her just going in on him, just killing him, stabbing him a bunch of times. That was to show that effect. Do you really think he
was a teacher before? Yeah. What teacher's violent? Like I just feel like
no. He's saying that's what's in his heart.
Yeah,
he didn't say that he himself was violent. He said that after the apocalypse happened,
I think all of that was just fucking a lie to manipulate people.
I don't. I full on believe that that's what he was doing before. Yeah.
And then he's like tries to be this fake messiah. You know, it's just I don't know.
I think that was kind of the role he took because his people needed it.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily think because you could see the way he was. He didn't believe any of that stuff.
Well, right.
He wasn't a Bible thumper. He wasn't like that type of person.
Fluff, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But because unfortunately, like religion is very controlling. Mm-hmm. So if you give somebody to believe in something, if you give somebody something to believe in a bad time of desperation, I mean, you seem like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Words. Yeah, people love that power. So yeah, it's what people strive for.
Well, it gives them comfort. You know?
Absolutely.
Well, I get what you're saying. People like the power, but I meant like the people that are following him.
Oh yeah,
it gives them comfort.
Oh, 100%.
Something to believe in that. Hey, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And he used that vulnerability on the entire time.
Just like that opening scene where he's talking about the Bible verses, and then there's that death that they were talking about. He put the girl at ease.
Yeah.
Just telling her, we're gonna get past this, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, the episode overall was just top tier television. Yeah. It's just like, it was phenomenal. I'm loving every second of it.
I was terrified, like just to see that young lady in the world we live in now that happens, to be molested or to be sexually assaulted like that, and he was like, he wanted to make her his wife.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he wanted to make, and then like because he wanted to reproduce for the betterment of mankind, basically, and whatever bullshit philosophy he was going to try to feed.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. It's fucking
language.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal what the world will turn to. Even in chaos like that already.
I brought this up to my wife. I'm like, I hate the fact that in all these like apocalypse type movies or shows, it's always the straight worst kind of people that make it through.
Yeah.
And it's like, it makes sense though, because those are the ones that are gonna do whatever it takes to survive.
Yeah.
B, they're gonna like take over places because they have that savageness to them. And it's just like, it sucks, but that's kind of the way I see how it playing out in reality.
In real life. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly how it works. Yeah. I mean, you can have the radicalness people that live to that radical life of just being able to like have, I think in the last episode we talked about this situation, like that Mamba mentality, just the cutting edge, just going for it.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of good people that have that might not be this crazy and want to, like, you know, sleep with multiple women.
Like, where Tommy's at.
Yeah.
That's full of nothing but good people.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, I mean, we got to see both worlds of how it is. But I think that's why the good people, like that the commune that Tommy lives in, I think that's why it's so secluded and secretive.
For sure, they have to be.
Because they know how violent some of these people can be.
They for sure have to be. Absolutely.
And there's just like a small switch in between what they're doing and what.
There's a fine line. Yeah, especially when your back.
I wouldn't even say there's a fine line. I think it's a real gray area of like, it's really easy to lose yourself when you have that power and to start doing things that you think for the betterment of the people. And some people lose themselves in that.
Yeah, well, Tommy said it before. He goes, we straight up killed people. Like, we were doing bad things. And I think that's one of the reasons why Tommy decided to stay there. He wanted no part of that part
anymore.
Of what he was doing before and stuff like that. But I do like that they're showing both sides of the coin.
Yeah,
they're showing the good people, the bad people, and everything in between. I am super excited about the season finale. I can't wait for you guys to watch it. Strap in because it's gonna be a doozy, man.
So it's
gonna be a great
the 12th,
episode.
right? This Sunday.
I believe so. Yeah,
Great.
So,
what time does it actually drop? 9 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
9 Eastern, 8 Central. But yeah, it's gonna be a great episode. I think probably best of the series.
Well, we'll be coming from that little vegan fest that we're gonna go to. Maybe we're gonna watch it.
Hey, I'm down for that. That sounds good.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Depending on how your whole move works too. So
yeah. So
cool.
yeah, we'll figure it out. But so guys, let us sound off in the comments. Let us know what you guys think about the series so far. Let us know your favorite episode, favorite character, whatever it is. We love seeing your guys' comments. Honestly,
actually, that's a good question. What is your favorite character? Who is your favorite character?
Ellie, hands down. Okay. Ellie, then Joel. Them two for Joel. Sure. Them two for sure are
only because I know how it ends. That's why
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a great show in a sense that it focuses a lot on each character, and it's not just the Ellie show or the Joel show. It's, they really give each character their fair share of time. Yeah, and backstory. I remember the one scene where Tommy's wife, above their fireplace, they have like a memorial to Sarah and her son. Yeah. It shows the dates. Their dates are not that far apart. And yeah, I like that they're giving a good backstory to each character. Yeah. It helps you establish that character in the story. So I mean, a big shout out to the writers for this. Yeah. They're doing a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal job.
I mean, they had a good what's the word I'm looking for? Like a good platform to go off of because of the game.
For sure.
And I think they're like, why reinvent the wheel?
Exactly.
Works,
Exactly. And I think that's where a lot of projects go wrong. Is they're like, okay, this is
we don't want to copy.
Yeah. Let's do our take on it. Let's do this, and then that's where they fall off.
Yeah. And I think that's why this one's working so good because we have the creator of the game and the creator is creating this show, and he's like, "No, I love this masterpiece. It really was. Let's just keep it as is.
Build on it. Yeah. Don't reinvent it. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, like I said, I'm liking it. Can't say anything more, to add to it, but I just think it's a great show. Yeah. I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah, I agree.
But do you have any last points on it?
No. I think it's a great show. Super excited for the season finale, and honestly, season 2, just to see where that goes with Ellie's story.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I wonder how long we're gonna have in between, like the gap for that.
Probably a year minimum.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, we shall see.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, I want to give a big shout out to the Mrs. producer for making this Firefly shirt. It's pretty dope. Got the symbol, and then look for the light.
pretty dope shirt.
It's pretty sick. So thank you, babe. Appreciate it. All right, so I think that's gonna do it for us today.
Yeah, guys.
We enjoyed this episode. We hope you guys did too. And thank you guys for joining yet again. And always, Kike, I am with you.
To the end of the line.
Thanks, guys.